the Yankees finally cracked, and it didn't matter. For the first time this season, their pitching fell apart, and instead of collapsing, New York flipped the script in one of the wildest wins of the year. Down big. Lead blown, chaos late, and somehow they still walked away with it. Saturday night in the Bronx, the Yankees beat the Marlins 9-7 in a game that had everything. They fell behind 4-0 early, fought back to take the lead, lost it again in the late innings, then surged ahead for good in the eighth. Giancarlo Stanton delivered the decisive moment of two-out, bases-loaded single that drove in the go-ahead runs. The Yankees were out-hit 15-6, but they drew 10 walks and capitalized on key opportunities. Despite shaky pitching performances, they improved to 7-1 on the season, matching one of the best starts in franchise history. Coming into this game, the Yankees had been defined by one thing: dominant pitching. Through their first 7 games, they had allowed just 8 total runs. That's historically elite, but baseball doesn't work that way over a full season. Eventually, your pitching gives you a bad night, and when that happens, contenders reveal themselves. This was that moment for New York. Instead of relying on arms, they had to win with bats, patience, and situational awareness. That's a major shift and a necessary one if this team has real postseason ambitions, because in October, you don't always get clean, low-scoring games. You get chaos, you get pressure, you get nights exactly like this. And the Yankees just showed they can survive it. This game wasn't about power, it was about adaptability. Look at the numbers: 6 hits, 9 runs. That tells you everything. The Yankees didn't overpower the Marlins, they out-executed them. 10 walks. Discipline. That's forcing pitchers into uncomfortable counts. That's extending innings. And once you do that, pressure builds, mistakes follow. Now let's talk about Stanton. He's known for one thing: home runs. But this moment, completely different. Bases loaded, 2 outs, tight game. Instead of swinging for the fences, he shortened up, battled through 7 pitches, and found a gap. That's evolution. That's a hitter understanding the moment, not just a highlight. And it didn't stop there. He advanced, read the field, and eventually scored on a passed ball. That's not typical Stanton baseball. That's smart, situational baseball. Now, flip to the pitching side. This is where things get interesting. Ryan Weathers struggled early, putting the Yankees in a hole. Later, Camilo Doval couldn't protect the lead, giving up crucial runs in the 8th. Even in the 9th, defensive issues added pressure. Normally, that's a recipe for a loss. But here's the bigger takeaway: New York didn't panic. They stayed aggressive at the plate. They trusted the process. And most importantly, they didn't rely on one player to bail them out. This was a lineup-wide response. Multiple contributors, multiple moments. That's how sustainable offenses are built. And if you're looking at this from a playoff lens, that matters more than any single dominant performance, because teams that can score in different ways are much harder to shut down in a 7-game series. Fans in the Bronx saw everything: cold weather, early deficit, late drama, and they stayed for it. That kind of comeback energizes a fan base. It builds belief that this team is different. Media reaction: cautiously impressed. Yes, the pitching showed cracks, but the bigger story is how the Yankees responded. There's a growing narrative forming that this team is more complete than people expected. Not just power, not just pitching, but balance. Still, some analysts will point to the pitching slip and ask a fair question: what happens when both sides don't show up? This becomes a turning point. The Yankees prove they're not one-dimensional. Pitching continues to perform, but now the offense adds consistency, patience, and situational execution. That combination makes them one of the most dangerous teams in baseball heading into the postseason. This game is an outlier. The pitching regression becomes a trend, and the offense can't consistently replicate this kind of disciplined, opportunistic performance. If that happens, close games start slipping away instead of being stolen, and early season momentum fades quickly. So here's the real question: did this game prove the Yankees are more complete than we thought, or expose cracks that better teams will exploit? Because surviving one chaotic night is impressive. Sustaining it, that's what defines contenders. Drop your take in the comments. And for more high-level breakdowns like this, stay locked in with SPORTSWIRE USA.